Guess who's back, baby? Me. I'm back. Loljk Keyboards is back and ready to say goodbye. I don't know how many of you guys were able to see the community post I wrote after my last video, so I'll read some of it here as it is important context for the rest of this video. I've been able to do at least one keyboard video every month for over a year now, but it's midway through August and I've got nothing in the works. I'm not saying this is the permanent end of Loljk Keyboards. If I ever want to come back to it in the future, then I will. But for now, it's over. I just don't have the motivation, passion, or even just interest to make any more keyboard videos. I won't be quitting on content creation though. I'd like to branch out and make stuff on other topics. It'll be on a second channel and I won't be hunting for numbers. I won't stick to just one specific topic. I won't ask for likes and subscriptions. I won't care about the algorithm. I'll just make what I want to make. As I mentioned in the post, I left the door open for a future comeback, but I have now decided to shut that door. It's over. Loljk Keyboards is dead and it is not coming back. My interest in keyboards has not come back at all. There are a few things I'd like to accomplish in this final video. First, I'd like to express my gratitude and appreciation to all of you out there. Second, I'd like to direct you guys to my new channel. And lastly, I'd like to sell almost the entirety of my keyboard collection, and I will go through everything I'm selling later in this video. So if you're from the Philippines, please help me out. Stay tuned until the end and buy my stuff. Cool? Cool. It was a pretty crazy ride. I didn't reach the heights that I wanted, but I still achieved quite a lot. I got into the partner program. I ended up with over 3,500 subscribers. I made 28 videos, 10 of which got over 20,000 views. I even got a sponsor. Maybe there are things I could have done differently, which would have led to greater success. I don't know, probably. What I do know is that I could not have done it without the support from you guys. My viewers, subscribers, maybe even fans. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who's been here from the start. Thank you to the folks who used to watch but have stopped. Thank you to everyone who has just discovered me recently. Thank you to everyone who has ever said anything nice in the comments. I really, truly appreciate it. I'm already in the midst of a video series on my new channel. If you've yet to see any of it, well, let's play a quick little game. I want you to make your best guess of what that video series is about. Go ahead, pause the video, write it in the comments. Done? Well, what did you say? Did any of you guess fashion? If you did, I'm very surprised because it is pretty out of left field, right? Maybe some of you guessed some kind of other tech topic, or maybe video essays because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned those before. But nope. My first video series is about fashion. But like I said, I won't be sticking to just one topic, so I will make videos about other things that I haven't determined yet as of now. So if you're interested in fashion or just want to see what I do next, feel free to check out my new channel and my Fashion Overhaul video series. I'll probably make a single listing for everything I'm selling on Facebook Marketplace or Carousel, as I really don't want to go through the hassle of making multiple posts and having to update them all as things get sold. I'll leave the link to the listing at the top of the description. Once again, I'm only selling to folks in the Philippines as I'm unwilling to go through the hassle of international payments and shipping. I'm also giving a bunch of stuff away to folks who buy stuff. I've got a ton of PE foam and fabric band-aids and various other stuff that just doesn't have enough value to sell. At this point, I've already sold most of the keyboards in my collection. I used to have way too many. Right now, I've only actually got 4 of them left. I'd like to keep 2 for my own personal use, along with the necessary switches and keycaps they need to function. The 4 boards are the XM87, KBD67 Lite, GMMK Pro, and GG86. I've actually been trying to sell off the GG86 for a very long time, but I have not been successful. It's not that surprising really considering the damage it sustained, but it is disappointing. My selling price is almost down to half of what it was going for brand new. So maybe I'll just keep it as one of my 2 personal boards. The other one I'm keeping is definitely the KBD67 Lite as my smaller board. That leaves the XM87 and GMMK Pro. The former isn't really worth all that much anymore as I've modded it to hell, and it does also have some issues with the USB ports sometimes not working. So I might just give it away for pennies. I really want to keep the GMMK Pro, but I'd really like to only have one keyboard in the 75 to 80% size range. So it's either this or the GG86. I guess it just depends on which one I'll be able to sell for a decent price. As for switches, I'm keeping the Jwick Blacks on the KBD67 Lite and the Gateron Milky Yellow Pros on whichever of the GG86 or GMMK Pro I keep. I picked these 2 just because they're some of the cheapest ones I own. I actually would have preferred to keep the Cherry MX Browns on the GMMK Pro, as I really love how those two pair. However, I only bought 70 of the browns, so they wouldn't be enough to fill the GMMK Pro. So what I'm selling are lubed Cherry MX Browns, lubed and filmed V2 Gateron Black Inks, lubed Boba U4Ts, lubed Akko Radiant Reds, and stock Gateron Oil Kings. I've been out of the game so long that I'm not sure I even remember what lube and what technique I used with each of these. I'm pretty sure they're all Krytox 205 grade 0 though. Next up, keycaps. I'm keeping the NP PBT Crayon keycap set from KBD Fans because I'd been using them on my macro pad and numpad, which I'm also keeping. So I'll use the NP Crayon on the KBD 67 Lite. I'm also keeping the Artisans from Keys Ninja because I just don't feel right about selling them as they were given to me as a gift. On the bigger keyboard, I'll be putting the Geek Arc Black on White PBT set just because it's the oldest set I own and so it doesn't really have as much value anymore. I'll also probably keep the fabric stickers stuck onto some PBT blanks as these are one of a kind as far as I can tell. You can watch the video I made about them for more details on that. So what I'm selling are the Geek Arc Black on White accents, the Geek Arc White on Black PBT set, MT3 Susawatari, Max Key Foundation, GMK Laser, and Domiki Cherry Dolce. And lastly, I'm getting rid of everything else. Lube, films, springs, tools, desk mats, etc. There's way too much of this stuff to go through one by one, so please just refer to the listing linked at the top of the description. And that's it. The final video from Kaloy's Keyboards. For one last time, at least on this channel, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching.